This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Tuesday, July 7th, 2026, in the afternoon. Today, we analyze the passage of chat control legislation in the European Parliament, the mandatory installation of driver monitoring cameras in European vehicles, the emergence of the Rowboat Local First desktop application, the profitability of Samsung's chip division, and the verification tension in artificial general intelligence safety research. The European Parliament has successfully navigated the first round of voting for the controversial chat control legislation. This proposal seeks to mandate the scanning of private encrypted communications to identify illicit material. Despite intense pushback from privacy advocates and cryptographers who warn that the implementation of client-side scanning effectively breaks end-to-end encryption, the momentum behind this policy remains strong. Proponents argue that the current digital infrastructure lacks adequate safeguards against illegal content, while opponents contend that this creates a fundamental backdoor for state-level surveillance that will inevitably be abused. This vote represents a significant shift in the digital policy landscape, prioritizing content regulation over the architectural integrity of private communication tools. Every new vehicle sold within the European Union must now include a driver monitoring camera. This system uses infrared sensing and computer vision to track eye movement and head positioning to detect distraction or drowsiness. While marketed as a safety initiative to reduce traffic accidents, this mandate turns millions of private vehicles into localized surveillance nodes. The data generated by these internal sensors, tracking precisely when and where a driver is inattentive, poses significant privacy questions regarding long-term storage, accessibility by insurance providers, and the potential for these systems to be integrated into larger traffic monitoring networks. Samsung has surpassed NVIDIA to become the world's most profitable tech company for the latest quarter. Driven by a historic surge in AI-fueled demand for high-bandwidth memory and advanced storage solutions, the company's semiconductor division is now reporting record-breaking figures. Industry analysts suggest that Samsung's full-year earnings for 2026 are projected to exceed their combined output from the previous 40 years in the semiconductor industry. This performance highlights the critical bottleneck in the global AI supply chain, the physical production of memory, rather than just the design of the AI models themselves. Under the radar, the developer community is moving toward local-first AI interfaces. The release of Rowboat, an open-source, local-first alternative to the Claude desktop app, signals a growing demand for control. Rowboat allows users to move away from rigid, cloud-dependent chat interfaces. It provides a modular environment where developers can build custom work surfaces locally. By shifting the AI interaction layer from a browser-based chat app to a local-first application, users regain the ability to process sensitive code and data without the telemetry overhead inherent in centralized platforms.
New research on the safety of artificial general intelligence highlights a profound mathematical tension. The study, titled The Unverifiability of AGI Alignment, formalizes the limits of what can be safely certified in self-modifying systems. The authors demonstrate that no algorithm can infallibly and tractably verify that an AGI will remain safe after it undergoes its own code modification. This confirms a safety generality tension. As systems become more expressive and capable of adapting their own internal logic, the ability for human operators to provide static safety guarantees becomes mathematically impossible. Community sentiment is currently hyper-focused on the intersection of privacy, hardware dependency, and AI tool evolution. First, the debate around the European chat control legislation is reaching a fever pitch. There is a broad consensus among security professionals that this move fundamentally weakens the security posture of European digital citizens. Second, developers are closely scrutinizing the latest natural language tools replication study. The consensus is that structured tool calling in large language models remains prone to error, and that the community should prioritize simpler, more robust interfaces for agentic workflows. Third, the hardware community is monitoring the new superpower ratings for unreleased NVIDIA RTX 50 series graphics cards seen in PSU calculators, which suggest a significant increase in power requirements to support next-generation compute loads. Lastly, No emerging tools were identified on GitHub today, as developers remain concentrated on hardening existing local-first frameworks against the rising tide of platform-level restrictions. Sysadmins are advised to continue prioritizing localized, air-gapped infrastructure where possible.